Old man Mizushima. My Miko. My poor cat. Please find Miko. Oh. You thought Pete was your cat. Okay. This case comes from Old Man Mizushima. You remember him as the one behind those 4 urban legends you recently investigated with the occult club members. Uh-huh. It well and truly is a small world out there, even when it feels bigger than ever in some ways. Anyway, he's tasked us with tracking down his cat. Probably during times like this, there's something to be said about her down-to-earth gig like this one. Mizushima said he'd be waiting for you at K-Cafe, although he didn't actually state when. It wouldn't hurt to go ahead and check things out at the cafe, so go do that. Okay. Sounds easy enough, Kyoko. I shall go do that. Concerned? It feels like it stopped. Wonder if it was an earthquake. Hey, guys.
Welcome. Grab a drink, have a seat, and stay as long as you like.
An earthquake?
No, I didn't feel anything of the sort.
What? So old man Mushima's not in right now. Okay. You originally met him there early in the morning, right? Might as well come back around the same time, see if he shows up. Earthquake that only affected me? The next day, early morning. Set for the K-Cafe. Old man Mizushima should hopefully be there at this hour. Can I wander around now? Is there something I shouldn't see over here? No, I can get over here now. Not sure why. I could also not leave, but I can get over here at least. Not sure why. There wasn't anything particularly important at that side of the map. And I mean, I'm just gonna, I have free reign now. I could go wherever the heck I want at 2 a.m. Nakano Broadway, which doesn't appear to be very important. There's nothing here. It's very quiet, very ominous, and kind of spooky. So, you know, we're not gonna do that. Hey, man. Oh, it's you again. I've been waiting, you know. I know. You stopped by yesterday afternoon but couldn't find me. You must have just had bad timing, kid. I've been waiting here forever for you. Well, what's done is done. Let's just let bygones be bygones and start searching now. Okay. My Miko, you see, he's inside this wall here. What? Guessing you don't feel that. Are you at K-Cafe right now? Oh, you're here? I'm picking up readings of really strong digital wave vibrations from the 4th floor. It's a really huge current coursing through here. My money's on that old time capsule being the cause of them. What's that, an earthquake? No, I can confirm it's definitely not. There's no movement here on the 1st floor. You're just sensing the intense digital wave. Hi, Pete.
I don't want to know. It's better not knowing. Things are fine just as they are now. It's better if they don't change. Please stop. Don't wake me up from this.
What?
It's Miko. No, I'm Pete.
Whatever you are, Miko, just come back to me.
No, I can't. That's too much to ask of me. I'm not... Hisao, please, leave me alone. Let things just stay the way they are.
What? I'm sorry, Miko. I'm sorry. Did I finally get through to you again? The vibrations have stopped for now, but the digital waves are still as intense as ever. There's still something big brewing in there. As I suspected earlier, they're coming from that old vacuum tube computer inside the wall. The digital waves are just gushing out of there from that old intranet lines that computer is hooked up to. So much so, in fact, they're forming a cybernetic ley line. A digital line of sorts. If this thing persists, it's only a matter of time before its effects are felt in the real world. Hisao, I need you to go inside that vacuum tube computer and do what you can to stop it. I'm counting on you. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not following what's going on right now, but it does seem bad. Hey, keep your birthday free. We're throwing a shindig here on the farm. My birthday is not for quite a while, buddy. but thanks. So we've been in here before, right? When we fought, maybe not. I thought we were in a digital space.
Please, let me be. Don't wake me from this dream.
What is going on with Pete? I guess only one way to find out. Also, I'm not sure. Is this a new place? I don't remember going into a digital network or a digital line. We went into a digital space. That's where we fought Yukidarumon, right? That was Frigimon, whatever. That was Pete? That was the thing that was causing the ice. And Pete was there, I think? I don't think we were in a digital line. I mean, you know, there's an easy way to tell if there are items in here. Then we haven't been in here. I see that item over there. Manzemon. Let's give it a go. We are going to be using a Claydol as our Pokemon substitute. I'm also not sure because I keep forgetting to check. I don't know if we're rank 17 or not. Or we're past the rank that we were before, so we're just gonna go with this calculation right now. A 56.799% chance to catch us. A Claydol, a Manzemon, whatever. Survey says, yes! You're getting some good rolls up in here. Manzemon. We will scan you eventually. We'll hopefully run into enough of you that we won't have to make a big deal out of it. But, I mean, we'll have the mirror dungeon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll be fine. Transcendent Sword. That did do a lot. That's okay. Hit. That did... Right, you're both intelligence-based attackers, so this was a stupid idea. Pow pow. Good enough, and you got number 3. You don't need that. Probably could have gotten rid of something else, but we decided we didn't want that one. HP spray A, cool. Yeah, we'll keep encounters on because we might run into more Manzemon, I suppose, which would speed things up considerably. Manzemon, good night. Also give some of that XP to Antique and Degly. There's an item all the way down there, but not... No, there's also an item all the way down there. So I have to go all the way around. Just appears to be Manzemon in here. Not sure what that's about. Or if we're just getting some bad luck. Or good luck, rather. Good luck. Sweet. We need to run into Manzemons to scan them. Bam, 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 bam. Hoorah! So I'm all the way down here. Wee. Wee. Thank you very much. Wingard DX is trash, but at least it's an item that we have now. I just like picking up items. I prefer to pick up good items. Did we get a memory up? No. Thought we did for some reason, but whatever. I mean, we just had the memory up DX, which allowed us to get Antique, but I thought we had something else. Turns out, no. Hello. A lot of vaccines in here, which is good for these two that are out. Wait, is Manzemon a... Is Manzemon an ultimate? Manzemon's the champion, right? No, he's not. He's an ultimate. Oops. Well, if I look at if we I just registered that because Gatomon was being so easily. If we go over here, and we set our current turn back to 2, we had a 23.943% chance of catching a Manzemon, and we did not get one. So no Manzemon. Made a mistake. Oops. Oh well. Well, I guess in that case I can turn the counters off. Cause we ain't need no Monstermon. Oops. Oopsie oopsie. God, this is a big digital line right here. Breakpoint B. We should give that to Degley. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Degley. You get up there. And again, I don't know if we want... We'll probably get Beelzemon. Just because... I don't know. Diaboromon would certainly be fitting for Dante's Inferno, but... I mean, Beelzemon wouldn't be unfitting for Dante's Inferno. I don't... Where are all the dead ends, man? These are all dead ends, except that one. Friendship 2, cool. And I assume there's Beelzemon Blast Mode, because there's... It looked like there was Shine Greymon Blast Mode. There was... Or Burst Mode, whatever it's called. There was, Mirage Galgamon Burst Mode. And so I don't see why there wouldn't be a Burst Mode for... Blast Mode for... Beelzemon. They don't have it. And so I can't check. And again, I assume there would also be Armageddonmon, but Armageddonmon in the past games, I think you needed Diaboromon and either a Kuramon or an Inframon to DNA Digivolve. So we might not be able to get him anyway, unless we had Inuzuka, for example. But, we don't.
Why? Why do you have to know who I really am?
I'm getting paid, and also because I'm kind of worried right now. No response. Well, I don't know what you said, Hisao. Let's find Pete. Okay, now we're in the digital space. But our eliminated encounters are still on? So is this a new area? I don't see any items right now. We have all our encounters off, so I can look around and see if there are any items. Is this all just one big area? Like, I don't see... It looked like I could see the entire map. No, there are items here. So... Oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. Hold on there, Pete. Hey, hold on there, Pete. Got some other things to do before I mess with you, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, you could count this as a separate encounter, you know what I mean? It's digital space and not a digital line, and it appears to be different from the digital space that we found Pete in originally. Although, you know, it's kind of a conundrum. I don't really know what to do about that, you know. I'm a little confused, if I might say. I can open this thing right here, though, and that would make me feel better, I suppose. I mean, it'll show up as a different location in the Mirror Dungeon. So, I mean, technically it is a new encounter. A new area we've never been to before. What is... I already found where Pete was, I think. Pretty sure that's what that thing was. So I don't know what all this nonsense is. I guess just get the other items. So, I mean, we could oh. No, yeah, all the way down there. Escape gate 3. I think I'm still What? Well, there's 2 of them. Hold on. There's 2 of them. I don't... Okay, well, first and foremost... I don't remember seeing any of these guys before. I think we gotta... I'm just saying, I think we gotta... To be fair, I think that's not what I want to do! I clicked off the screen and it does the tippy tap thing! I'm okay. I'm not losing my mind. Hisao's losing his mind. Anyway, we're gonna flip the coin. Heads for Gurumon, tails for Antilamon. Gotta hope it's Gurumon. It's Gurumon. Gotcha. we are going to be using... Persian, sure. That's kind of like a wolf. I once again did not check our sleuth rank, so I don't know what our approximation current health is, so we're going with 25 just to be safe. And we need a 56.803, rather we have a 56.803% chance of catching a Garurumon. Don't think the sleuth rank would have mattered on that one. Oh well. That was Fantasia. Die. You don't wish to be friends with me? Then perish. Rather if my scanning equipment decides to fail. It's a very strange thing to integrate a Nuzlocke, I suppose. Nakano Broadway Construction, Part 1. Construction plans for Nakano Broadway, hereby abbreviated as NB, were announced in 1959, ultimately taking 7 years to complete. The reason for the lengthy duration was due to a major issue that routinely manifested throughout the process. During land leveling, underground water leaked, resulting in an immediate halt to any and all work within the area. A large lake formed and the site was left alone for a long time. Mysteriously large fish appeared en masse, attracting fishermen. Records also indicate people bathed there in large numbers and that a child at one point drowned in the lake. Going back to the fish thing, I learned about that. There's a mysterious phenomenon where fish appear in bodies of water they shouldn't normally appear in, and that's because when birds eat fish eggs, sometimes those fish eggs make it all the way through. And then that bird hops from one body of water to another, and suddenly there are fish eggs in that water that turn into fish. Magical. It's kind of like the spontaneous fly thing that people for a long time were not understanding, how flies just appeared from corpses, but it wasn't. But moving on anyway. Today something terrible happened. A strange Digimon appeared in the middle of my bed. It was so cold in there. Even when I tried calling out for help, nobody came for me. But these two detectives eventually showed up. Kyoko and Hisao. Hisao asked me who I was, but I said I didn't know. So Kyoko gave me a name. She decided to call me Pete because I'm some sort of time capsule. Yep, Pete. That's my name. It made me so happy to have one. Names really are special things to have. Yeah, that's where we beat Frigimon, because it was so cold. And then we thought you were the idol, or the memories of the idol, or that's why you were taking the image, because you didn't know who you were, and so you were latching on to the idea that you were the idol. It'd be awesome if Digimon and friends were people. Friends. Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can get to that other item, if there was one. I don't know if I thought there was another item, but otherwise... Oh, well, there's a thing here. Nakano Broadway Construction, Part 2. No blueprints exist for NB. 1961 saw the Japanese government commence its income doubling plan in order to re-energize the post-war economy. In tandem with unemployment policies, public works projects flooded the country, with major construction companies allotted huge budgets. Around 1962, one such project, the main route for the Shuto Expressway, was completed ahead of schedule. It was at that point that attention turned back towards NB. Idle laborers and resources were funneled into the area from central Tokyo, at which point work on the building commenced in earnest. It's likely that there wasn't time to even think of preparing proper blueprints for NB at that stage. Yoshido really likes this girl named Fuyume Yuki. He always sits me in his lap and tells me all about her. Everything is perfect about her, he says. Her singing, her dancing, her looks, everything. He says she's 1 in a million among idols. I can't do any of those things. I can't sing, and I can't dance. But what I can do is curl up and fall asleep on Yoshido's lap. I love doing that. I also just love hearing Yoshido talk to me so happily. So, I'm getting the understanding that Pete is a cat. Obviously, Pete is one, not a cat. But Pete is specifically Miko, the cat of Mr. Sasushi, whatever, and I don't know if they're dead or asleep, but either way, their consciousness turned into a Digimon that didn't remember who they were, and is starting to remember who they are, but they don't want to wake up and suddenly be a cat and not a intelligent Digimon. That's very odd. But hey, at least I understand now. Nakano Broadway construction, part 3. With no blueprints to draw upon, concrete was poured and rebar was erected, tailored to the land around the site. When construction was concluded 4 years later, the final building had 3 underground floors, as well as 10 floors above ground. East Asia's greatest commercial building was therefore constructed on little more than sheer willpower. However, this came at a cost to some aspects of NB's integrity. The escalator, for instance, only connects the first 3 floors. Most of the underground floors have also gone unused in the ensuing years. Such quirks are a direct result of circumstances surrounding the building's inception. Yoshido told me that he and his son had been to a World's Fair once. He said that the line to see the moon rocks was really long, so long that it made them tired, but he said his son still had a good time. People also call Yoshido Chief Mizushima. His full name is Yoshido Mizushima. Yoshido is a big important man in the computer room, so he doesn't get to go out with his son much. He's glad they got to see the World's Fair. I wish I could have seen the World's Fair with Yoshido too, but he and I are always together in the computer room. So, that's okay. I'm content. Keyword Yoshido Mizushima. And I think that's all the keywords I need. So, we're going to return to the entrance. And I don't know. Oh my god. Can I export in a Digiline? Yes, I can, in fact. Hopefully we don't need anything else in there. I got the 3 reports. Hello, sir. Am I talking to Kyoko about this? Who am I? What are these? Did I miss Pete? Was Pete supposed to show up after I got those 2 keywords? Okay, found it. Turns out I had to go in the first teleporter, which I didn't go in at all. Even though it was the only teleporter I had got it. I circled around for a very long time, and we're here. So it's fine. We got there. Nakano Broadway construction part 4. In most cases, large commercial buildings are run by their owners, who control everything from PR to tenants and internal bylaws. BW was an exception to that rule. From the very start, shop and residential spaces alike were sold piecemeal. People who bought their real estate inside the building were then free to utilize it however they pleased. Yeah, I'm not sure how you got to BW. It's NB, right? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Because of this, soon after NB opened, shop owners and residents started remodeling work on their respective stores and apartments. In the end, this meant that the formal blueprints for NB were drafted until 8 years after the building was originally completed. Even in those early days, the building's layout had already become too unwieldy for anyone to fully grasp at that stage. Yoshido always has me sitting on his lap, petting my head all nice and gently. I love Yoshido. Yoshido always calls me Miko. Miko is a girl's name, but Yoshido gave it to me, so I love it. Miko. Okay, now we have all the pieces. At least all the pieces that I could get, I think. There's nowhere else to go now in this dungeon. So, but no one's called me or said anything to me. Unless Pete is now around here somewhere. I don't see him. So, I'm a little confused, if you will. I don't want to go all the way back through the digital line again. Really don't. This leads us to the place where we can drop down. There was a thing up here. We already got it. There isn't anything over there. Doesn't look like it anyway. There was another. I think part 2 was over there. Maybe part 1. I don't know. I don't know if it mattered the order we got them in. Probably not, because why would the 4th one be the first one we got? Probably didn't matter. Probably was in any order you got 1, 2, 3, 4. But is there a 5? I don't know. Probably. How do I get to it? I don't know. I feel I'm lost. I feel incredibly lost in this space. But I shouldn't be. There's nowhere else to go. I went through all the teleporters this time, for sure. For sure, really. For sure, really, this time. Actually, pretty sure. Hopefully. It's just... You just go all the way down here. That's the first teleporter, where we just got the thing. Go down here. There's these 2 teleporters. This one teleports to a place that's a dead end. There's no other teleporters up here. Unless suddenly there is a thing up here, which would make sense because it branches off up and down. But that's where the item was. That's where the other report was, so never mind. That doesn't make sense. There's nothing there. Again, no one's called me to tell me I can leave the dungeon now. Which, after I left the first time and nothing happened, I presumed that is what would happen now, that someone would tell me I'm allowed to leave. Go over here. Where the item was. And another report. Okay. I don't know if I missed this one, but it's here. Knocking up Broadway, construction, part 5. The basement of Broadway once housed a vacuum tube computer within its walls. It had been brought into the building after the end of World War II by war criminals who evaded arrest, shielded from the prying eyes of MacArthur's GHQ. The vacuum tube computer's purpose in those days remains a mystery. It's possible it could have been utilized for things such as mathematical computations or code breaking, but such speculation is unconfirmed. As time went on, there was eventually nobody left to carry on the original purpose set forth for the terminal. At that point, the computer was buried somewhere, apparently, in the wall. It's so dark in here. All dark. I can't see a thing. I'm okay being in the dark. I'm not scared of it or anything, but it's never been this dark before. Yoshido's not here. I don't even smell him. I can't go back outside. Yoshido, where are you? Yoshido. Yoshido. Please sit me on your lap and pet my head again. Yoshido. Yoshi. Toe.
Now you know. Now you know who I really am. I'm...
So it's begun. Though I have to say this is a bit more than what I bargained for. If this keeps up, the building's going to collapse for sure.
Who am I? Somebody, anybody, tell me.
Living away from your mom seems rough. Call if you get sad, I'll be there. Now is not the time, Tom. Thanks. I'm actually gonna save, because I don't know what the correct response here is, and I don't want to answer the correct response.
Please, who am I?
Yoshido Mizushima? Shiba? That was right, but hold on. And just while we're at it, we are indeed rank 17, just so I remember for the future. I have a feeling it doesn't matter what answer I give here. Miko. It doesn't matter. It does? Oh. The other ones angered him? Were we gonna go into a fight? Did I just skip a fight? But now I'm curious what the fight was. I mean, I don't want to fight Miko or Pete or whatever, but...
Yeah, that's right. My name is Miko. Yoshido is my friend. Pete is your friend. Yoshido's calling out for me. He's been looking for me this whole time. He found me. Yoshido.
Phew. Looks like the tremors have stopped, just in the nick of time, too. That's my assistant for you. You've done well. Now I don't have to worry about any broken coffee cups.
Miko! Miko, it's really you!
Yoshido, I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for me for so long.
I'm the one who should be apologizing here, Miko. I'm the one who left you alone this whole time. I'm so sorry, my friend.
No, it's okay, really. You don't have to be sorry. I know you've been waiting for me since the day you had to go.
What? The day you had to go?
Oh, Miko. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I'd never have lived to see Miko with my own eyes again.
What? I don't get it.
I should probably explain. You see, back when the vacuum tube computer was still around, I lived here in this building, away from my family. That computer room was where I used to work. The only family I ever had with me that whole time was Miko here. I talked with Miko about everything there, my memories of my family, Fuyume Yuki, anything to keep my loneliness at bay here, in here. Sorry. He would join me in the computer room and we spent many, many hours together over the years. Eventually, they closed down the room and sealed the whole thing off with a thick wall, like it was never there to begin with. It was around that time that I lost Miko too. I couldn't find him wherever I looked. I had a bad feeling about where he might have ended up and came back in here. Who knows how many times to rescue him. But in the end, I couldn't do anything for him. I gave up and over time nearly forgot about him.
Oh God.
Before I knew it, it had been decades since we'd last been together. I can't thank you enough for making this happen. We couldn't have been reunited without you, kid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we can go back to living together again. Thank you. I'll never ever forget this day.
Yeah. No problem, Pete. Miko. Suzushima. I see. Nice work. I can only imagine how hard it was, but you really did a good job. So our Pete was actually a cat named Miko, sealed deep inside a wall along with that old vacuum tube computer from the American occupation days. And somehow, using this building's intranet, or rather the power of its ley line, he merged with the computer and became a Digimon. That old cat's had a hell of a life, wouldn't you agree, Asao? We can't say for sure what the actual simulation process entailed, but at this point we know better than to doubt it. We know better than to doubt it happened. It's amazing just how much and yet little the digital and real worlds are siphoned off from one another. I imagine the reason Pete showed up again after all those years is because of the digital wave of abnormalities we've seen. But you know, there's still one thing about the whole story that bugs me a little. You mentioned toward the end, old man Mizushima said, now we can go back to living together again, right? What do you think he meant by that? Not only that, but in the case you solved earlier, where he was the one behind the urban legends, how did he keep breaking into the building? Yeah, let's assume for the sake of argument that he somehow had access to an entrance that let him come in and go at the timing he did. If he'd physically been getting into the building so much that way he was being reported, you'd think something would have gone differently. Yeah? Got any theories you'd like to propose? Thinking maybe Mr. Old Mizushima was a ghosty friend. Yoshido Mizushima. If we looked into his backstory, we might be able to find our answers pretty easily. What do you think? Should we dig a little more?
Please, leave us be. Don't go looking for us.
Ah, that's understandable. Then it's probably best we do indeed let sleeping dogs lie. Alternatively, we could let the occult club kids know about this. I bet they'd have a real field day going after it. I mean, they came face to face with the real... You know what? Nah, let's keep it to ourselves. Not all mysteries in this world need to be solved. Knocking to Broadway brings many things together. The spirit world and the world of the living, the normal and the surreal. And now the physical and the digital. This is a weird scene. Truly, nothing is impossible in this crazy hole in the wall we call home. Well, that was sad. So I'm going to, for once, save on a different save file. And we're going to go back to the menu. And we're going to try those other two options. The second one seemed like it was going to cause a fight. I'm not sure. The first one might also cause a fight. Pete. No, that's not right. That's not right. And we fight. We have to fight Pete. Alright, Pete. How strong are you? How lucky you feeling, punk? Little Miko. You remind me much of a certain Poyomon, but we're not quite as weak as we were back then. Are we gonna beat you and it's just gonna the cutscene's just gonna proceed anyway? Or that's great, Antique. Okay, and then so all we did was skip the battle. Gotcha. Nothing important happened here. And we don't need to fight Pete. We don't need to fight Miko. Well, case closed. Well, it looks like it's just you and me here again. The couches look so empty without Pete around. We better get more clients to keep them warm. Yeah. Wow. That was a heavy quest. A heavy case. Kind of very sad, but, you know. I don't have any more cases to take on. Kurumi. Miss Kyoko. Oh, but I'm being called. Hey. Hi, bastard. Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. I have a message for you. Come to Odaiba. Suedo said that the weakened Examon will be heading back there. It's your chance to defeat Examon. Help Suedo. Listen up, though. Come alone. Don't tell Kyoko or anyone else. Just you. See you later. Have a feeling you're gonna try and eat me. But, I'm not exactly a fan of that, Arata. Also not a fan of you being a murderer, but, you know. That's a different problem. I think we're gonna call it there for now, everyone, after that big quest and that little bit of a cliffhanger there. When we get back, we might be finding Examon, we might be fighting Arata Sonata. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.